Marshmallow Fanboy back with another action figure review. This time it's a Comic-Con cosplay review because I am going through cosplayers or figures that you might see a lot of cosplay of at Comic-Con. And this year, every year you'll have an Indiana Jones or two running around, but I think that the Dial of Destiny was released, but I figure that with the movie, you are going to get a variety of Indiana Joneses at Comic-Con from every movie, from every age. You could have a kid as Dial of Destiny Indiana Jones, but you can have an old man as Raiders of the Lost Ark Indiana Jones. It's going to be wild. You could have any race, any gender, and that kind of goes for cosplay in general because they like to mix races and sexes and all of that stuff. And sometimes they like to put like Wolverine and Boba Fett together to see what they get. It's crazy. But Indiana Jones is going to be everywhere no matter who is rocking the uniform, no matter who has the hat and the leather jacket and the bullwhip, and no matter what their interpretation of it is, Indiana Jones is going to be everywhere this year. It's going to be really cool. I'm not going to Comic-Con this year, but I might be downtown watching all the folks walk by and being part of the spectacle. And of course, I love looking through Facebook photos at all the things that people took pictures of. And I expect that Indiana Jones, except for Stormtroopers, Indiana Jones will be the most photographed cosplay at Comic-Con this year. Super cool. So let's get into the package. Now, instead of like a Build-A-Figure, there's a Build an Artifact, and that's the Ark of the Covenant. And these are the figures you need to collect to get the Ark of the Covenant. It's a very cool concept because you're not building another figure. You are building artifacts in this series. And very cool. You got extra hands. You got the whip curled up, the whip extended. You have the satchel. You have the golden idol. You have the pieces of the Ark. You have the revolver that he'll eventually sort of cheat and just shoot that guy, which is very cool. So you got a nice portrait on the side. I imagine, I don't have the rest of them, but I imagine the rest of them have nice portraits on the side also that maybe pair well with the other packaging or maybe stand well on their own. Either way, very cool. So this is Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's part of Hasbro's Adventure series. Why don't we break this thing open and we'll just take a closer look at it. All right, now that he's out of the package, let's take a closer look at Indiana Jones from the Adventure series, the Raiders of the Lost Ark version. First, on the inside of the package, I haven't seen this before, but it's instructions on how to build your artifact. Usually on the outside of the packages, they used to have sort of how to assemble, and now on the Build-A-Figures, they don't as much. I guess they assume that you know how to put it together. They're correct. But it would be cool to have some of these on the inside of like a Marvel Legends or something where you're trying to put things together. And of course, these are the pieces, the top of the Ark, which are very cool. Hopefully, I will get the other figures and be able to put that together eventually. Just right now, I don't have those pieces. I'm going to put those over there. There's 4 hands. He has the whip hand in his hand. He has kind of the best way to describe it is sort of kind of an open gesture where he can kind of rub his face before he exchanges the bag of sand with the idol. He has the whip curled and he has the whip in his hand. He also has a pistol in the holster. He has trigger fingers. Let's see, 1 trigger finger for the right hand. He has 1 whip hand for the left hand. And 2 fists. So let's see, let's take all of that away. Let's also take the gun out. The problem with some of the stuff on Indy is that once I got his holster open, I couldn't get it closed again. And I know there's probably some trick to it, like heating it up and putting it in, but you can see that there's a hole in the holster where it fastens, and then there's a strap with a kind of a divot, but wherever I push it in, it just falls right back out. Same with the whip holder. There's a strap here, and it plugs back into his belt, but I can't get it to plug into the belt at all. No, can't get it to plug into the belt at all. So those two features may not, or may as well not exist on the figure. I can't get those to strap on. He has the satchel on, and you can probably take his arms off to get the jacket off, to get the satchel off. Or does it just come up over his head? Let's see. Goes through the jacket. So the jacket is removable at some point. Oh, yeah. The jacket is like a vest. You could take the jacket off and get the satchel off. That's not a priority. I'll leave that on. The part that's floating is this. Maybe if I move it to right over the joint, maybe it gives me more room to press in. I can line that up. And I cannot. Okay. Sorry, that was a long way to go for nothing. So the hat is molded onto the head. No surprise there. I think it was molded to the head on the reveal and everything. But the hat is a little floppy, so you'll want to be careful how you store that. Because if you store that in a plastic bag, you know, it can get you know, kind of molded into whatever direction it's stored in. The details on the jacket are pretty cool. The weathering is really nicely done. I like that a lot. So let's check him out for articulation. Gets a decent amount of up. A really good amount of down. It feels like he has at the base of the neck, it has a joint. And at the top of the head, it has a joint. Yeah, so he gets a severe amount of down with that in mind. Let's see. A little bit of side to side. Oh, a lot of side to side. I just had to loosen that up. Oh, that is a butterfly joint. Butterfly joints. Wingspan. Very nice. Single elbow. Wrist hinge. Wrist swivel. Rotation. Oh, there's a joint right at the bottom of the torso that allows him to crunch up and down. Ball joint for the legs. Thigh swivel. Ankle joint. Ankle rocker. And that is Adventure Series Indiana Jones. He's a really cool figure. I took the pistol out. Pistol looks like this. Looks like the little 6-shooter that he used in the movie. Very cool. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully, if you see this guy cruising around Comic-Con, take lots of pictures with him. He's cool. So until next time, enjoy your toys.